Hey, Facebook friends and YouTube. This video will be about same-sex marriage, and I just saw a picture on my Facebook that made me think of this topic. It's always confused me as to why homosexual couples want to get married, because marriage, the whole point of marriage is so that a couple can feel like they're living, that they're not living in sin, and that they're living biblically, and that they're getting married and being legally married so that so that they won't feel guilty about living with a person. But it's like, homosexuals, I'm sure they know deep down that what they're doing is wrong and that it's a sin. So it's like, why would they care about making it biblically, why would they care about living up to the biblical standard of being married, That's what's never made sense to me, because it's like, if they're throwing that verse out the window and that rule of the Bible out the window, why would they care about being legally married? Like, why not just live together? Anyways, and that's what's really frustrating about this whole same-sex marriage thing is like, it's like they're trying to get the Christian community to condone their sin, or to say that it looks okay in God's eyes so they can get married in a church with the pastor. But that's what the argument and the debate is about. It's like, okay, you can get married if you want, but you can't expect a priest or a pastor to say, like, this marriage is honorable in the eyes of God, or, whatever they might say at a marriage ceremony. I mean, if there was some way for homosexuals to get married without a pastor, because it's like, it's a separate thing. Like, it's not, it's not like something that the church would do, because it's not a church thing. Like, for a gay couple to get married, it's just not, it's not Christian to be gay. So anyways, okay, I think I made my point clear. So here's some Bible verses about same-sex marriage. Leviticus 18:22, you shall not lie with a male as with a woman, it is an abomination. Leviticus 20:13, if a man lies with a male as with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death, their blood is upon them. So God took it really, really seriously. There's not a whole lot of things that God said that people should be put to death for, but, being homosexual was one of them. And I know people are like, oh, that was Old Testament law. What about wearing cloth with two different fabrics? Like, we do that. And it's like, yeah, but you got to look at the severity of the punishment that God originally put on certain things, He didn't say if you wear a cloth with two different fabrics, you'll be put to death. But he did say that about homosexuality. All right. Romans 1:26. Romans 1 is all about the decline of a society, how they start to have idols and worship creation rather than the Creator. And then it says, for this reason God gave them up to dishonorable passions. For their women exchanged natural relations for those that are contrary to nature, and the men likewise gave up natural relations with women and were consumed with passion for one another, men committing shameless acts with men and receiving in themselves the due penalty for their error. That's referring to AIDS or STDs. So it's not a good thing, according to the Bible. And it's just not a good thing if you just look at biology. I mean, some parts fit together and some parts don't. I remember I was reading the bio of that one guy. He was like a mass murderer guy, but he was homosexual. Ted Bundy, I want to say. Ted Bundy, no, it was some other guy. Anyways, he's the one who would like cut people up, and he was horrible. But he was homosexual, and there was something in his bio about how it's really painful to be the receptive partner in a homosexual relationship. And I would imagine that it would be, because that object should not be going up someone's butt. I mean, that's got to be really painful. So, like, just biology would dictate that it's just like a very illogical, weird, strange thing to do. Okay, Mark 10:6, Jesus says, But from the beginning of creation, God made them male and female. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, be united to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let not man separate. So, Jesus and God explicitly said that it's supposed to be a male and a female coming together. 1 Corinthians 6:9. Do you not know that the unrighteous will not inherit the kingdom of God? Do not be deceived, neither sexually immoral, adulterers, men who practice homosexuality, drunkards, revilers, nor swindlers will inherit the kingdom of God. 1 Timothy 1:9-10. Understanding this, the law is not laid down for the just, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly and sinners, for the unholy and profane, for those who strike their fathers and mothers, for murderers, the sexually immoral, men who practice homosexuality, enslavers, liars, perjurers, and whatever is contrary to sound doctrine. So it's in the same list as people who hit their father and mothers. So, and then Deuteronomy 22:5 says, a woman shall not wear a man's garment, nor shall a man put on a woman's cloak, for whoever does these things is an abomination to the Lord your God. So men should not dress like women, and women should not dress like men. So that's very important. And I don't think that necessarily goes toward women wearing pants. I mean, I do think it's ideal for women to wear dresses or skirts, but in the winter it's pretty cold, so it's kind of hard to do that. But, you know, generally a woman should look feminine and a man should look masculine. Like, I remember there was this phase when I was in high school or college about guys wearing pink, and it was like real men wear pink, and I was like, what? That's weird. But I think that was actually just the whole like homosexual revolution and people trying to push it. So yeah, I mean, really, guys should not wear pink or purple. So, yeah. And women should, you know, try and look feminine, like at least mostly feminine, you know, in their clothing, attire. I don't agree with women wearing makeup because I think it's bad for your skin. And a lot of the makeup products, I guess, have aborted baby tissue in them, or blood. I don't know what they put in it, but anyways, that's disgusting. So I would recommend that you avoid makeup. But another big thing that I've always felt very strongly about is that women should not cut their hair off like a man, because that looks lesbian. And for some reason, it's like, I don't know, it's like 50% of the female population chops their hair off like that. And it's like, why would you want your hair to look like a guy's hair? So I've never really thought that that was a good idea. You know, women should have hair down to their shoulders or longer, I think. And men should have hair that's short. Men should not have long hair. And there's a Bible verse about that. You know, it says something like it's a disgrace for a man to have long hair. So, anyways, if you're a woman, you should grow your hair out if it's really short. But I understand it's annoying to deal with hair. That's why I always put my hair up. But women should have long hair. So, anyways, those are my thoughts on that and the Bible verses that cover that. So, may God bless you all. Have a great day.